Hello, hello, hello. And thank you for joining me for another Nene moment. Okay? So, today what I would like to talk about is because this morning I listened to two videos. One was from Nick Cannon, and he was talking about, I don't want to mess it up, but generally, how the white people, are not the real people, and how once they got power and that they are fearful of being abolished and no longer exist, they sit and they look at us, and because we have beautiful melanin in our skin, that we are looked at as the ones who, are bad or things like that. And it was talking about how he ended up having to apologize because of the statement that he made and everything else like that. And my thing is simply that whether who is the chosen people or not, because he had made some very good points in there. I'm gonna see if I can copy the link down below so you all can watch it. But the point that I thought was interesting is because it seemed like no matter the history of what we have been through, our heart is never as hard as it could be with the type of offenses that come towards us. Um, and that's the reason why I brought up two videos, because the video that I watched right before I watched Nick Cannon's video was talking about, we gonna pull together, we're gonna take care of our own, and we gonna stop letting them slaughter, our black people and things like that, and we gonna start head for head. If you touch or harm us, we coming back, and we're gonna do something to you. And I'm not really so much big on violence, but at the same time, I feel like that it is the time that we are in. Because if we keep on being offended and defended and hurt and mistreated and everything else like that, and we just keep on saying, okay, I'm going to march in peace, I'm going to march in peace, and they keep on doing it, like I have said before, all we do is offer ourselves up and offer our kids up to them, because we don't do anything to put ourselves in a position to protect ourselves. We are not learning how to box, karate, the laws of the land. We're not learning how to, or even want to open up to learn information about owning our own business to the point to where we can be a resource for each other, to the point to where we're not having to go to people who don't really want to mess with us. I did a previous video about the 4th of July massacre, and that is what I was talking about, kind of sort of hitting on, is that if my gifts can make room for you or me by helping you, and then your gift can help me and make room for you, then that is what we need to do, instead of continue to seek help from people who do not want to really help. And all they do is misuse, mistreat, abuse, suck up all your time to help push their vision, to where you don't never have time to push your vision or go after your dream. And initially, when I was just in the world of working a 9 to 5, when I was just living my everyday life, I had some of the same complaints that other black people have. Like, well, dang, well, why come we can't get assistance like that? Or why come everyone is out to attack us and this and that, and whatever the case may be. Once I resigned to my job of 20 years and going on my path of writing my journal, writing my book, speaking, doing more of my YouTube channel, just sharing the information that I read about and things like that, to where I can give, people who may hear my voice some information that can potentially help them. And now that I'm in the financial service business, to where I am a licensed representative to get to help sign people up for life insurance, educate them on life insurance. I take my test August 2nd for my securities, to where I can set you up mutual funds and annuities and things like that, to put you and your family in a better position in the long run. Tomorrow is not promised to no one. Rest in peace to my biological father. He passed away the other day. But tomorrow is not guaranteed to anyone. And so since tomorrow is not guaranteed to anyone, but it's a chance that we may live a long time, why not secure yourself and put money there, so if you live too long, you have something there for you and your family. And if you die too soon, you still have that savings as well as that life insurance to give your family or your kids a chance. I don't see how we can ever be a resource for each other. I don't see how we could ever put ourselves in a position to where we are not dependent on people who just take from us and misuse and abuse us and slaughter our kids in the street like they're nothing, but we sit up here and we don't even want to open up to conversation. Every time I talk to someone about life insurance or saving up money, when I say talk to someone, I'm talking about our kind. When I talk to people about saving up money, because that's what I'm really on, life insurance is a big thing. And yes, I got life insurance, so if anyone have to take care of my kids or anything else like that, I want my kids to have a decent life. You see my tour warm rest, but anyway. But I want to leave them in a different position. But every time I talk to someone, what I'm noticing, I can't say everyone because I haven't talked to everyone, I just talked to a select few of people, or I'm working towards to talk to people. But when I talk to the older generation, they're okay with just having no insurance, job insurance, or not being properly protected. And then when I ask them about, ask them questions to, okay, well, do you currently own a house, or do you have young children and things like that? And they may say yes and things like that, but then their excuse is, well, right now I can't squeeze out no extra money. I got this bill, I got that bill, woo. And then I always offer a job opportunity, a business opportunity to make money for just pointing your finger, sharing information of educating people. How can we ever get out of the position or the things that we keep on going through in life if we are not learning how to? But our people dismiss the information, don't want to hear the information, and the older people, they're content with having 10, 15, 25,000 on their child or grandchild and things like that. They're comfortable with just having enough just to bury them. But when we bury them, guess what? We're mourning them, grieving their loss. And I like to share this with people because when my mother passed away, I realized I was grieving her for 10 years. I did not know that I was grieving my mother for 10 years, but I was grieving her for 10 years to the point to where I was in this vicious cycle of just waking up every day, going to work, and just trying to stay afloat. I was needing my mother to bounce ideas off of, because every time I have idea, my mom like, okay, baby girl, we gonna figure it out, and she always worked with me. And once she passed away, I did not feel like I had anyone to bounce these ideas off. For all these 50 million thoughts that's going through my mind, I did not have no one to help me bring it into proper perspective. So I was stuck in this vicious cycle of unhappiness, being miserable, just feeling like I would never get up out of this. And then once I identified that I was still grieving my mother, I realized that whole 10 years she was with me, but yet and still I was stuck. So let's say something was to happen to me in that 10 years because I was mourning my mother and I could not see past the everyday cycle, getting up, going to work, taking care of my kids, doing homework, and repeating it on and on and on. That's the reason why I advise people, to at least leave 10 years for whoever may take on your children, because I don't so much look at it as a burden, because children are gifts. But at the same time, if I was to die today, I want to at least provide 10 years for my kids to grieve, and then for whoever take them on, be able to deal with them while they're grieving and tell. And I want them to be able, as soon as they're able to get up on their own and everything else, they have everything in place to make it happen. But the average person, our kind, don't want information. The average person is more comfortable with sitting up venting about what is going on and won't even sit down and have a real conversation as to what me and you can do to make sure that our complaints is not the same, to where our children complaints is not the same. But at the same time, don't nobody really want to know about finances, but we always cry about, I need money for this, I don't got money for this. But when someone offer you an opportunity, you don't even have 5 seconds or 20 minutes just to sit down and hear if it can be something that can benefit you and your family. One of the things that my coaches always say to me is that your greatest love letter to your children is life insurance, because that's letting them know I loved you enough to make sure I made provisions for you before I had to go away. So what is your final love letter to your family? Don't be scared of information. Be open to information, because it could put you and your family in a different position. Okay? So I love you and I thank you. My boys is coming to the car. I'll talk to you all later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.